Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was a Victim? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, yeah, it may sound like a serious movie, but spoiler alert, it's kind of a funny one, a comedic one, and as a victim, it's, taking things into fun terms, not like in the serious terms as well in this one. So yeah, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for, seriously this time around, a short story on my second channel. I will be uploading there soon, so yeah, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to that channel as well. Now aside from that, there is a thing that is going on that I'm not making most of your ideas. I'm not gonna say who said this, but yeah, it is one of our OGs. And to them all, I apologize. It's just that you know what happened the last week, and yeah, aside from that, I have mentioned this a lot of time, physical life. I had to do some stuff that I cannot reveal here. And yeah, aside from that, I'm also looking out for my health now because I was having some health issues because of my overweightness. Yeah, that is why I am having, to do things bounce around between all of this and make time to make content for you guys as well. So yeah, hopefully you don't mind, and when I have the time, I will be making proper movies and your ideas. It's just that I have a lot of catching up to do as well. I have been watching a lot of animes that have been coming out and have not finished yet. And I'm gonna finish them soon, and sooner or later there will be new content on the channel. So until then, stay tuned, and yeah, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story, shall we? Roll the intro. Our story begins with a woman who we see completely still, as her eyes were closed, with white snow hair falling in the abyss of darkness, until suddenly, out of nowhere, a white light appeared. As her eyes opened to look into it, before she could do or say anything, she was engulfed by it. And now we see her eyes, which were in daze a little bit open once more, after the blinding light. And in front of her were some humans. And they were quite weird because of their eyes, which were completely white, or their irises were. As one of the men who was holding her with a straight stoic face then said, "Her name will be Hinata, and she is going to be my clan's heiress." As he then turned towards his people, as all of them bowed and paid respect to the firstborn of their current leader. As now we hear the thoughts of that woman. "What do you mean, Hinata? My name is as death. Am I reincarnated or something?" Sounds cliche. But if I am, then, oh well, this world better be entertaining, or else I might go the same route as the previous one. And to her displeasure, it didn't last longer, and her expectations went down the drain. And now we have a time skip of 4 years. It was her 4th birthday, and she still couldn't use her powers because, well, she didn't want to show this to anyone, and there was always someone near her. She could still feel her powers within her that she had in her previous life, and she still could control ice at her will. She still had her abilities of the past, even her strength and endurance, but she didn't want to show too much off in front of everyone. She didn't trusted these people, especially her father, after the death of the only woman she ever trusted aside from herself, her mother, Hitomi Hyuga. She has come to also know that this world was a shinobi and konoichi world, which was based on, well, humans using chakra to mold different elements to their will. And there also exist bijus who are construct of, well, chakra into animal forms with tails. Quite idiotic, to be honest, them being named after the number of tails they have, but then again, this also signifies the power they hold. As now we see her currently being taken back from her party back to her room, and that is when we see that she was kidnapped, and she was about to kill until she heard a voice that annoyed her and pierced her ears. "Hey, leave her alone! Why don't you pick someone of your own size?" As out of nowhere, she also heard the laughter. She got interested as she then pierced through with her ice needle in the bag that she was in and saw a blonde-haired boy with blue eyes that displayed innocence as well as quite cockiness, as someone she knew in her past life, someone who rejected her, the first human she ever loved. As now her eyes widened, as she saw that even if the kid didn't match up to them, he was still picking up a fight and managed to hold them off long enough until her family found them. And now we see her father thanking him, as Naruto, who was badly injured, did nothing more than giving his goofy signature laugh before leaving, looking back at the bag one time. And that was the first time she met with a sad boy. Until we see that 4 years more passed until she grew more distant and cold, and she began to gain the reputation of Ice Princess in throughout the whole Hyuga clan and the whole village as well, since she was cold to everyone and literally, when someone pushed her, destroyed them by rendering them completely useless. One time her servant acted out of order and she literally broke his chakra coils and both arms, and now he was pretty much, well, a potato for the rest of his life. And that was not all. Her room was filled with only one picture that she has drawn to this day, an art that she picked up the same day she was rescued. And that was the picture of a boy in the night. And her father, she knew that was visiting her room without her permission, has seen, knew who it was. And today was the day she was going to confront him. As we see an 8-year-old Hinata Yuga entering her father's room. Father, there is something that I would like to know. Hinata, you know there is a reason why there is a door there. You have to knock on it, and without my permission you cannot get inside. As suddenly the temperature in the room dropped a few degrees. Do you wish for me to go out again and re-enter only for me to say the same thing that I can do now? No, you can say what you want to, my daughter. I apologize. Good. I want to know who the boy is. What boy? Do not be foolish with me, father, or do not even try to deny that. I know you know that boy. What is it that you're hiding? Said Hinata in a cold tone that was piercing even the very air that he was standing in. As now we see the room getting colder and colder, Hiyashi was having cold sweat run throughout his whole body. And not only that, he was having goosebumps at the same time. That is confidential, and that kid is an orphan. An orphan, you say? And what else do you know? His name is Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. But I heard that Uzumaki was a clan. Curses. He said out loud, what do you mean? What are you hiding, father? He's the son of the late Kage. The Hokage doesn't want anyone to know. And? Said Hinata, getting closer to her father, as her hand was now in a Juken style that was called a katana, and it was pointed towards his neck. Do not make me do this. I would rather not waste my breath on you like this. Tell me and live. As now we see, Hiyashi knew one thing, that his daughter didn't joke around when threatening someone because of the previous cases whenever someone pushed her. So he did the right thing and told her everything. Who Naruto was and what his history was and how he himself did not even knew. As that is when we see Hinata now dropped her father, as he was now literally shaking visibly. Good. This is good. A moldable one. What do you... Shut up. I have heard enough. Where does he live? He lives in the red light district. And that is when we see visibly snow begin to come out where she was standing. As Hiyashi's eyes went, he's Genkai. As now we see her blitz pass through everyone as she appeared at the district. Curses. I did not inquire where he actually lived, but that didn't matter, as she saw something in front of her that made her blood run cold. It was Naruto laying in the streets covered in his own bruises and blood, and a single lone tear was coming out of his eye. This sight made her go nuts, as she picked him up in an instant and dashed back towards the clan house, where she demanded that he be treated As after being tended to, Naruto was resting, and Hiyashi, being the leader, had to inform the Kage of what was happening. As now we see Hiyashi coming back and seeing that his daughter was literally standing there, and every clansman had dried throat and a lump on their throat that they couldn't swallow. So did he. Daughter, what is it? Someone tried to poison Naruto, and I would like to know whom, or otherwise they all will be killed. Now tell me, who did this? My lady, it was me, said one of the old ladies. No, you're lying. Tell me who it is. As a 13-year-old stood forward, he killed my parents. That guy is a demon. Now tell me, little one, does a kunai who holds a scroll, a scroll who holds a kunai, becomes the kunai? No. Then how come he, holding the Biju back, is the Biju himself? And that is when everyone's eyes widened. What the leader said before, she turned her hand into a snow blade, which cut it straight through her, cutting her in half, as everyone witnessed this gruesome scene. And now we see the elders were visibly enraged at this as well, of the display. And the next day, the elders' funerals were being held as well. And let's just say the whole clan was never the same. They never wanted to go against the main house now because they knew the next clan head was much more of a tyrant that they now had to go under. It was either her will or, well, the funeral. And they chose her will and live rather than that. As now we see, Hinata was resting near the only boy that was able to attract her much more than Tatsumi in her previous life. You kind of resemble him and yet you don't. You have your personality which is warm. It warms my cold heart, she said as Naruto opened his eyes. Huh? Oh, hey. Nice to meet you. Where am I? Naruto said as his smile faded as he instantly knew where he was. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I don't know how I got here. It's alright. I brought you here. Do you know who did this to you? Oh, well, you see, yeah, it kind of happens. What do you mean it kind of happens? She said as her eyebrow rose. Well, the people, some of them, on my birthday just rushed into my house and beat me up for some reason. It's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, I will make them look the other way around once I become the Hokage. What do you mean? She asked. Well, my Gigi, he's the current Hokage. He told me that Hokage is the most respected person and everyone respect him. I seen so myself. And I'm gonna be that. And once I become that, everyone will respect me. They have to. And I'll make them see that I'm not what they claim me to be. And what might that be, Naruto? They call me a demon for some reason. I don't even know why. Do I look like one? You have the whisker marks, but aside from that, nothing else. If anything, I might say so myself. You look like a kitten. What? No, I'm not a kitten. As they did something that never happened, or never ever the Hyuga clan has ever seen Hinata do. She giggled, and literally her father face vaulted on the other side while listening to this conversation. This is it. To save my clan, I have to do this. I'm sorry, Minata, but your son must have to become the scapegoat as well for me. He thought to himself as he prayed to his dead, friends for the sacrifice that their son was about to become. As after the whole meeting, we see Hinata come outside. Why are you here, father? Hinata, as the clan here, you need someone with you as your, husband. More like bride. Yes, daughter, a bride. And I think that you like Naruto, right? As Yashi creeped out when the next thing happened. Our daughter, which acted like a cold princess, was acting feminine and even blushed. Yes, what if I do? How about you two get into an engagement? I can make it official because I'm the current leader and I can take it to the Kage as well. Can you do that? She said with excitement dancing in her eyes. Yes, I can. That is wonderful, father. Thank you, she said with a smile and almost jumped like a little girl who got what she wanted and dashed away. As Yashi let out a breath. Damn, That was scary. I can go tell her, as he literally jumped seeing his other young one, and was surprised to see her. Oh, Hanabi, it's just you. Yes, it's quite intriguing to see young sister attached to that, older sister attached to that boy. He must be special or something. Do not go near that boy if you want to live, Hanabi. I'm afraid of you. Yeah, if anything, big sister treats me differently than the rest of the clan. Since after his mother's death, that is. I know. I know I have been neglectful to both of you, but she turned different. She always had been cold, but she was much more ruthless after her mother's death, claiming that someone assassinated her. And I think I believe her. Of course I do as well. How so? It was our grandfather who did so. Because she was, well, I heard him say this, making you more vulnerable. I can't believe he did this. Well, anyway, I must now do what any other clan head should do. You mean father? Yes, a father. As now we see Yashi calling for a council meeting as the whole council was gathered. As Danzo then asked the first question before Yashi could say anything. Before you could say anything, Yashi-san, there is a thing that I would like to discuss. I heard from some civilians that your daughter was seen rushing, grabbing the Cubist Jinchuriki to the clan house. As the civilians begin to detest that, why was they doing this? As the other clans were quite enraged because they have come to an agreement that no one would contact or get in contact with Naruto. I apologize, but you must realize this, that my daughter, she's going to be the next clan head, and she has taken a liking to that boy. And Minato and I used to joke around while drinking that our children, if both of us ever had a son or daughter, we will get them engaged. I don't have a physical proof except for the words and memories. But that is the truth. As Danzo was about to cut him before, Yashi then said, but please let me finish this. This is the only way. She has never been so happy since her mother's death. And this is the only time I have seen her smile. You mean the Ice Princess? Said Tizumi, as everyone looked at her. Yeah. Your daughter kind of creeps everyone's children out. We had a lot of play dates and nothing worked out. Why is she so cold? She has always been like that. You remember when she was born she never cried or shed a tear. She looked at her with a raised eyebrow if anything. That is certainly not the normal behavior there, Hiyashi. Said Inoichi, I know. She has been different since birth. But trust me, she also has a personality that is different than us. She executed the elders because they tried to conspire against her mother. She disabled and rendered that person completely useless for the rest of the life who tried to stand up against her. So she's a spoiled princess with a lot of strength. Much worse than that. She's a tyrant. I know I'm embarrassed to admit this, but that is the truth. It is all my fault. This happened. I ignored them, working more on the clan, and this happened. But now that she's finally happy and acting her age, I don't want that to go away. And plus, it helps our clan, so please, I'm begging you, do not do this. And accept this proposal. Since I'm his guardian, said Hiruzen. I must hate to admit this, but what you are saying is, well, out of line, but I'm gonna agree with you. If what you say is true, and we all believe, as everyone nodded, then this is acceptable. But why Hokage-sama? She is of a pure noble clan breed, and he is a lowly scum He's Minato and Kushina's son. What? Yashi, why did you reveal this to them? As the civilians had a mental breakdown, then and there they paused. I think you broke them, said Shikaku. No shit, genius, said Inoichi. It had to be done some way around. And all hell broke loose later after that. And let's just say Hiruzen was not having any of it. Silence! Alright. Yashi, what you did is wrong, but I accept your proposal. If it keeps Hinata in line, and since she is strong and her children are bound to be strong, and so could be Naruto's, it will be good in the future. So, it only will be possible if Naruto agrees to this. As on the other side we see, suddenly the door of the council chambers turned ice cold as it bursted through into splinter, as Naruto was being dragged in there by Hinata. Oh, hello, esteemed council members. I am here to tell you that I will be marrying him. I have already revealed the truth to him, father. I hope you don't mind, and you as well, everyone. You know that is a rule that is punishable by death, girl, said the elder woman. And Do you think I care? Anbos. As Danzo said so. What are you doing, Danzo? She needs to learn the lesson. She might be a tyrant, as you say, in her house, but this is a council chamber. Oh, you think I am joking, old man. And the Anbos that were summoned there were rude, actually. Anbos, dispatch, but they didn't listen to Hiruzen. I said dispatch back to your places. Why are you not listening to my command? Well, fair enough then. As suddenly from the ground, as she stomped one foot, eyes piercing through thin air appeared, ripping throughout their organs, as everyone was shocked, as one such eye spear pierced through Danzo's forehead, cleaving his brain out. Those who stand against me, or within my path, shall perish. I will not stand and listen to your crap any longer. If I have to, I might lay down each and every one of you to the ground if I have to make this reality. As Naruto, he was literally foaming from his mouth by this time now, because he has just witnessed murder, for God's sake. Even though he has been alive the situation, he was never killed, even if he was threatened to be. But this was just entirely something new. Now if you leave us, me and my beloved have somewhere else to be. And let's just say, for the next upcoming 2 years until they begin the academy, it was quite hard for Naruto. Because Naruto, well, while still being himself, and being embarrassed that a girl was this madly in love with him and she was still cute, was still terrified of her because of her behavior that was different when it came to other people. As now we see, it was the first day of the academy as Hinata was literally dragging Naruto. As we see him, his feet being dragged, as he was trying his best to get away from her. Hinata, I can walk. No, you must stay by my side at all cost. As now we see her arriving at her, classroom. Everything was going great until two banshees arrived. One from Yamanaka clan who instantly toned down after seeing her. Oh, Hinata-san. I did not knew you were here. Good to know that do. Hello, Naruto-sama. Oh, hey, how are you doing? I mean, Ino-san, said Naruto, instantly correcting himself as Hinata gave him the cold stare. Good. You must not act out of the line, Naruto-kun, or otherwise, well, I might hate to do this, but you will get no ramen for 1 month. No, please don't do that. Anything but that. It's just so cute to see him acting like that and placing all of his attention to me. And that is when we see Naruto seeing the other girl. Hey, who's this loser girl and this loser simp of a boy? As now we see Sakura coming into view. Please, that's quite disrespectful. She's my fiance, Hinata, and I'm Naruto. Shut up, bird brain. I'm not asking you any questions. I'm talking to her, Miss Ice Queen over there. Who the hell do you think you are? She said as she punched Naruto on the forehead as the temperature in the room dropped. Ino's color literally faded from her face as she was signaling Sakura to drop it, but she just continued it on. And let's just say, next thing that happened was Sakura being pierced straight throughout her arms and legs, rendering her completely, immobilized and paralyzed in fear. As Hinata got up from her seat as the whole class was watching this, even the Chunins. Do not ever disrespect or let alone touch my man. I will kill you in more than enough ways that you will beg to be killed. Got it? As Sakura didn't even let out a scream. All she could do was nod while holding back tears. As Naruto arrived in front of her, so sorry for that. Here. As he applied healing jutsus on her, which was, liberty of the Yuga clan had, teaching him that because he knew that Hinata might end up, somehow hurting him, helped him a lot, and he was able to do so. Even if Sakura was able to move after the fear left her, she couldn't use chakra anymore, and after getting diagnosed, she dropped out of the Chunin, the Genin, exams altogether, stopped being a Konoichi altogether. Sasuke, on the other hand, has piqued interest in this girl, and wanted her to be his now. So he demanded a council, and the whole council literally just told him outright no. So, as the weeks progressed, he smirked and brought it upon himself to do so. As now we see him standing in front of Hinata. There is something I can do for you, Uchiha. Yes, why don't you go out with me, a true man, and leave this simp alone? As the temperature began to drop. What good is he? I bet that I'm much more better in bed than him as well. As she did nothing, as an ice spear appeared in her hand and she pierced through his clothes, making him naked in front of everyone. And his, 10 centimeter dick was seen by the whole class as Kiba bursted out laughing. Mighty Uchiha has his mighty weapon out. Yeah, mighty dagger at least. Even I have a katana in my pants. And you know what's funny, Uchiha? Said Hinata as everyone was laughing at this. As she came near him and spoke something in his, ear that made him literally foam from his mouth and die of shame there. Well, not literally, but still, the gist of it. As now we see Naruto ask her what she said. What did he say to him? What? I told him the truth. What truth? I told him that you had the whole, 7 swords of Mist Zabuza sword in your pants. As Naruto now began to foam from, his mouth as well, because his, weapon was revealed to the whole world now. As many of the girls were blushing at this, and literally were laughing at Sasuke, so much for being emo. He was let's just say a little knife in the kitchen cabinet thing. As the years progressed, Sasuke's ego was crushed to the point where he was now nothing more than a laughingstock in the class. And this was the time when the first thing happened. For the first time in the Shinobi history, one thing happened, and that was the Konomichi of the year instead of the Shinobi of the year, or the Rookie of the year happened, and that was Hinata, because she literally demolished everyone. And her Aizukike Genkai was now much more known throughout the whole, village, and Naruto was getting the more training that he wanted, because Hinata was the one doing so, and Naruto was soaking everything in. As now we see, the team placement came in, and Naruto was placed with her and Sasuke. Sasuke was terrified, let alone didn't want to be near her, and went to the council, and they agreed. And so both of them were placed in a special circumstances team with Anko Mitarashi. As now we see Team 7.5, as they call them because of the lack of one member, were sent on different missions, and their D-rank missions were literally, attack on the camps that were outside, the bandit camps. The council wanted to get rid of her because of her overpowerness and her cold demeanor and aura that she held. It was too much for them even to handle. And let's just say, in the end, they were, always on the losing end, because no matter how dangerous of a mission, calling it a D rank, they sent her on with her team, they always returned unscratched. And Hinata had another head to add into her collection. She had a new kink now, that was to collecting skulls of different enemies and targets, and this time around, within a month, they were more than thousands. Naruto had to carry them all in scrolls. And not only that, Naruto was doing the same as well, much like forced to do as well. He had more than 800 now, and both were getting stronger. And one such night, we see Naruto completely resting in his own room, as Hinata bursted through there. Why are you not in my room? Today is Sunday. We are supposed to sleep together. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Well, no matter. When did you become so forgetful, Naruto? I'll sleep here then. Come here. As Naruto grabbed her and just hugged her tightly, spooning her as she blushed and felt warm. This warmness, it's all mine. I wouldn't let anyone near it. It all belongs to me now. As now we see her completely falling to sleep for the first time with ease. This life is much more peaceful. And luckily enough, this time around there is no Akame, or her annoying little group. And as for Tatsumi, I 100% believe that Naruto is his reincarnation if I'm reincarnated here. And let's just say, by some sick joke of fate, we see Naruto suddenly begin to shake. Until he was hugged more tightly by Tatsumi. By Azdet or Hinata. As we see Naruto's eyes literally turning, fidgeting as his face was draining. Oh fuck. I remember my memories of the past life, and the first thing I remember is her. It has to be Azdet. There's no denying it. It has to be her. I have to test it out, even if it means that my life is at stake. Azdet? And that word alone dropped the temperature of the room down to the point where it was freezing. How do you know that name? Who are you? Oh, calm down. It's me, Naruto. It's still me. I just had a dream. We we fought. I was different. I was Tatsumi from a village. Remember? I I I'm sorry. I did that. You remember everything. You really are Tatsumi. Yeah, kind of, but I'm still Naruto. It's blurry, but I remember you. You look nothing like before. What do you mean, I'm not pretty or something? She said as the temperature dropped again. No, you're pretty in both previous and the next life. It's just that I'm shocked that you were also reincarnated. If anyone is here shocked, it's me, and relieved at the same time. Now we can be together forever, Tatsumi. And this time around, I'm not taking no for an answer. And please call me Hinata. And as Shell, I will call you Naruto. Tatsumi and Esdet are dead. We are Naruto and Hinata. Yes, as now we see Hinata more tightly hugging Naruto or Tatsumi as cracks were heard from his back. Crap. He thought, as now we see Tatsumi or Tiny Tatsumi jumping around Naruto's, well, mindscape. What the hell, man? The first thing I reincarnate here is to Esdet. Any woman. It had to be any woman. But her. Damn it. I can't admit she's hot, but still, that's Esdet we're talking about. Man, I can't believe this. Just my luck. This woman is psycho. And what she has done in this world? Yep, much worse than the previous one. But still, how can I get away? You can't, said a voice. Who are you again? Do I know you? No, you don't. I'm gonna tell you anyway. I am the nine-tailed fox. Oh shit. I get it now why they call me demon in this life. It's because of you. Yes, genius, it's because of me. Because I'm sealed inside here. And remember by whom? You're sealed here by my father. Oh shit, I remember everything. Damn it. I remember Hinata telling me about you and all. It's just that my memories and my previous life memories are mixing up and all. It happens. It happens if you are living two lives at the same time. They both memories intervene and cause this to happen. So, how can I get away? You can't. Do you want everyone in this village to die because of her? No. Then don't. Be with her. You should be happy there is someone who loves you like that. Yeah, but she's crazy. Crazy for you, that is. And besides, don't deny it. You kind of like her. As Naruto begin to blush now. Yeah, kind of do. But still, yeah, you do. So own it and do what your heart says. And not only that, do not deny it for a minute that you were not hung when you saw her. You got me there. You are a sick pervert, you know that? Hey, come on, don't do me like that. Well, I gotta. But still, kid, if you ever need my help to stop her, I'm here for you. Because your life just got interesting, and me being here and being bored, this is certainly gold mine for me. You're just invested into this way too much, aren't you? Yep. Yes, I am. And so are your parents. As Naruto literally jaw hung low. What, you two are here? Yeah. Who knew our daughter-in-law was this awesome in her previous life? Awesome? She was a tyrant. So what? This is her new life. And she's a tyrant still. So what again? She loves you. She's nice to you. I would have accepted her. And so would have your father, right, honey? Said Kushina as her nine-tailed forms fleer, as Naruto literally then thought, oh crap, she's a psycho too. Yes, hon. Said Minato as he was literally sweating very heavily. Yes, you're correct. I love you. Please don't hurt me. See, even your father said so. And Minato, that's nice. You're gonna get it. Wait, so you're forever here? Yep. Half of our chakra and soul is sealed inside of you. So we're stuck here forever with you, kiddo. And I want a lot of grandbabies, so better give me some. Okay. As now we see Kushina picking up Minato and begin to walk away as Minato hugged his wife, but his desperate face looking at his son. And Naruto then said, Oh fuck, it's in the genes. Yeah, that is what I'm telling you about. My previous Jinchuriki, your mother was a sociopath and downright adored this man and killed 8 women for him. So that is why she thinks that she is a perfect fit for her son, a woman like her. No wonder. Wait, then is it a thing for us to be like this? I mean, attracted to them? Well, you are kind of sick perverts, you and your family and genes, but yeah, I guess so. Now go on, kid. It's morning already. Shoo. Wait, what? And before anything could be happening, Naruto was pushed out of the mindscape. As now we see him sitting up, panting heavily. My oh my, aren't you a sight to see? Said a voice as Naruto looked at her and almost blushed instantly. Please cover up. Don't you like seeing me like this? No! As instantly the temperature of the room began to drop, as Naruto then said, as suddenly something within the sheets rose, and she knew instantly what was going on, and let's just say she was happy. I'm happy to know. But we must wait until marriage. And now, after that, we have a scene change, as now we go towards the outskirts of Konoha, as we see a figure appearing out of the village, as it leaned in on a tree as it began to pant heavily. Damn it. That was a close call. I have to go and report this back to the leader. That girl is crazy. As now we see it once more disappear into the ground and begin to move away. And now we go towards where the thing arrived. It was a basement in a hidden location, more like a cave, inside a village that was far, far away from Konoha. And that village was Amegakure. Zetsu is here, said one of them. As the now named Zetsu appeared out of the ground, I have bad information. What would that be? Is the QB going to be trouble to get to? Yes it is. And what is the problem here? Before that, what about the other Bijus? How are we gonna get them? I think we should focus more on them before this happens. They are all going to be attending Konoha for the tuning exams that are coming up the next month. Fuck. This is a big problem. Can we wait a few more years or something like that? What do you mean, a few more years? Are we some sort of a joke to you? You and that man, Madra, gathered us here, combined us and formed us into a group under the banner that we will be the ones bringing peace. And now you are saying that we should delay it? There's this girl, this Yuga girl, Hinata Yuga, said Itachi Uchiha, the murderer of the Uchiha clan, and the second Uchiha alive in the whole world. Yes. Well, that is true. She is a bit of a tyrant and an overpowered being. Even I was not able to subdue her. You, Itachi, said Kisame, his partner quite shocked. Yes, Kisame. She was infected by my genjutsu. And let's just say she has this Ice Kick Genkai, which is to the next level. To the point where she can form weapons that I have never seen. Katanas that I have never seen in different shapes. And they are more sharper than anything. Even my Chikota was pierced through that katana that she made. I see. So what are we gonna do? Just let her stomp over us? I tried to invade her while she was bathing and tried to kill her, but she did this. She almost ripped out my arm in an instant, and without even flinching, as if she knew and was toying with me that I was there. This is certainly not good, Nagato. What are we gonna do? Nothing going on. We will go as according to plan. And why should you go all together? Said a voice. Oh shit, fuck you, Zetsu. You made her follow her here, said Itachi. Wait, Hinata. Itachi Uchiha. We meet again. How many years has it been? It has been a few years. You have grown, certainly. And you have not changed one bit. You look a lot weaker, if anything, Itachi. You're not in your prime any longer. And thank you for bringing me here. Now, there was something regarding the QB. Something that is related to my future husband. And that concerns me, you know. Tell me what it is. And if it's something good, then I might let it just slide. She said in a calm tone that even sent chills down everyone's spine. This girl is not good at all. She's a threat. What are we gonna do? Thought Zetsu. As now we see, Pain then stood forward. I am Pain, a god, and you will Feel my wrath. Almighty push. As a huge force was revealed and destroyed the section of the village from that cave where they were standing. As now we see, Pain stopped there to see what the damage was done, but was shocked to see that the girl didn't even flinch, let alone her robes didn't even were dusted at all, as an ice dome was covering her before dissolving into nothing. You know, that's not nice at all, meaning you're not nice people, and you're here to hurt someone I love. And henceforth, as ice spears came from the ground, piercing through all of them, Itachi, knowing her attack, was able to dodge, and only his one chakra coil in the left arm was destroyed, before he disappeared in a murder of crows and appeared on the other side. As Pain himself, the real one, was killed, as the Tendo and the rest of the bots fell down to their knees. You thought I did not knew where you were hiding, huh? Foolish, all of you are, and I won't let you slide. After second reincarnation of mine, I was able to finally have what I wanted. And that is my beloved's attention, having him in my grasp without fearing about him going on with another hussy, not respecting me. And now that I have all of that, why would I let anyone, let alone you, a pathetic group, destroy it? You shall all perish. And in an instant, the whole village was turned into a frozen popsicle. And this whole event was now being covered by the rest of the elemental nation, all of them being scared by one being that was walking out of there, that the witnesses have saw, a Hyuga, and all it traced back down to the Hyuga clan, and a Kage summit was called, in which Hinata and the current clan head alongside Kage was called. And let's just say Hinata left a huge impression on them, more than impression, threats and some scratches, which made her dominance more evident. Now the whole elemental nation was against her, and Naruto, let's just say, was there for her. And in the end, Konoha had to banish both of them, and Aztec even had to agree to that she and Naruto should leave, because that would be pushing their future house into the pits. But that didn't mean what the village did, she will forgive. And let's just say, once the 5 villages banded together to go against her, we see both of them standing on a huge mountain. As Naruto then said, I'm sorry, Aztec, I'm not gonna let you go and do this. Kurama, it's time, buddy. As Naruto transformed into a huge 9-tailed fox avatar state and engaged in an intensive battle, he alone was able to take out most of the enemies until he was badly wounded by none other than Kakashi Hatake. I'm sorry, Naruto. It has come to this. I didn't wish for this to happen. Just surrender, okay? Please. It has nothing to do with you. She is my fiancée. If I abandon her, who will be by her side? No one. And that is something I can't do. I'm sorry, Nisan. As Kakashi visibly stopped, as tears began to well up in his eyes. Damn it. And that is when we see Tsunade whiz through him. If you can't finish the job, I might. I apologized to Kushina in the afterlife, but before she could do anything, an ice spear pierced straight through her, killing her in an instant. As now we see Aztec walking towards them. You had your fair share of fun, Naruto. Rest and I will get you healed. As in an instant, the whole army that was remaining was surrounded by an ice dome, and inside of many magical circles appear. You want to see the true power of mine, huh? Well, let's see how you survive this. And let's just say, from point blank, all of them were impaled by different projectiles made out of ice, and all of them couldn't avoid all of them. And in the end, Aztec was the lone one surviving, and alongside her was Naruto, who was wounded. Are you alright, Naruto? She said, I'm fine. The wounds are being healed. The elemental nations are no more. This is our kingdom to rule over. Yes, it is. But you had to kill them all. I mean, silence. You won't talk to me like this, Tatsumi. This is not the previous world. You said that we won't use our previous names. I know what I said. But I am also saying this. I'm not gonna lose you. And I would certainly allow you to sacrifice your life for me, like that bitch Akame. Fine. You do what you must. Thank you for being by my side. Said Azdet, or Hinata as Naruto or Tatsumi just gave her the goofiest grin. You know I'll always stick by you. I love you, he said before passing on. Wait, what did he say? Come on, don't do this to me, wake up! But no matter how much she ordered him, he couldn't. And there was a still goofy smile on his face, as Astrid was blushing over the, well, surroundment of the dead bodies. And let's just say, 2 years later, a new kingdom was on the rise. And let's just say, Hinata was the queen and the king at the same time. And Naruto was, well, more like his wife, or her wife. And both of the parents of Naruto were also happy as well. And the elemental nations under their banner of the complete banners of yin and yang that Hinata and Naruto created, or more like Astrid and Tatsumi created, was living peacefully and still strong somewhat. Completely justful. And this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels. And yeah, a short story will be coming to my second channel soon, so stay tuned for that. And let's just end the video here, shall we? This is Apollo, and I'm signing out for the day. Peace!